guess that I could waste time and tell you about how all the bangles and jewelry and things people have bought, and the whips that they've seen, the magazines that they read, they've inserted into their lines, and now all of a sudden in their heads, they place that they're kings, queens, ruling over nothing. They don't seem to understand to their own selves now, they're bluffing. They believe their own lies now, swallowed up by it they have been. So when they start to speak to the people, it seems though the sin that they're speaking about themselves seems to be reality, and the people all get caught up in the bull. Now the fallacy seems to run rampant all through the airwaves. It's all we hear. Oh, all of a sudden it seems like everybody seems to be a baller, a king ruling over a kingdom of fools, running behind them because they bring them some form of jewels. Hang a chain around a man's neck on a stage, and now all of a sudden he's something, and everybody swears that he's really something. His lines start really saying something. Really in the beginning, shit was breaking down, everything so beautiful, descending, hadn't really infected yet, spitting things through the wire. It was fire, and all of a sudden you could really see that the desire switched in them, and all of a sudden the things started changing, and the people and collaborations and the tracks started changing. Oh, and we could talk too about those who rose to the top, speaking everything and dropping everything, and it was all hot. They spoke to the populace, and the populace ran behind them. We had never seen a family of men get together and do it like them, and now they about to drop one single album to tell people that this is art that you are now looking at as foolishness. This is art, man. This is Picasso in word B, and y'all are acting though as it is paint by numbers. Me could go in further and explain to them in the Hotel California. That's where music was born so many years ago, on these roads that musicians walked, these trips that they took. All of these people got together, they took all of their egos and set it aside, from Elvis to Little Richie. They all got together and did it one together, one movement, one motion, one thing to change it all. There was a time when they said that rock and roll would fucking fall, but now look at it. So now when hip hop seems to get the same molecule place behind it, yo, that it's dead, I seem to see that y'all seem to be focused on one small part about this thing in one small song. There's a whole circle surrounding that globe. There's a whole earth, and they got things in their nodes. That brainstem of them really got things to say for people. So if you listen to me now, dog, I can teach you about the sequels. Now trust, there have been those who've come to try and drop it. They've been those who brought it, man. They set up on their pulpits, and each line that they drop, each album, it was hot, but these labels looked at them and said, you ain't got what we got. So now guess what? You locked off, blocked off, whole deal gone. How many people we've lost, song after song, that's been made to four walls and never heard. To me, that thought, that notion is absurd. These words are born from hearts of strugglers and grinders, fighters, people who really want to just survive. It's no more, no less, it's this to the end. I send this to my friends over and over again. One love to y'all, and keep fighting, keep surviving, and keep on pushing. Partying for life, let's party together. We party in life, let's party forever. Well, la, la, la. Oh, it gets dark out here, hard to maintain. Feeling drained, but still I'm going on. Y'all ain't heard, now spit my song. When I start going, Lord knows it's on. I've been here doing me, and every time that I see these people talking, every time walking, every time they seem to say the same to E. Why waste your time? That's what I'm asking. Why waste your time? But I'm gonna keep walking. See, I could've told them about the things that I've seen, man. These places and dreams that I have inside, man. I've flown to the sky and seen what's above me, and I can see it clearly. It's beautiful, me. I walked there, seen the sadness of those locked in the mission, those with true foes who sit within their own mind, they fold. But I'm here to tell them to exhale, inhale, and go. Oh, Lord knows, Lord knows, Lord knows, it gets so cold. Into the night I go with all I've got. I say, into the night I go with all I got. And we gon' give 'em a bag of tricks, Lord. We gon' give 'em everything we got, and we gon' show 'em what. Ooh, Lord, 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 Lord. We gon' show 'em what we got, and we gon' get 'em high, and we gon' get 'em high and blow their mind. We gon' keep 'em trippin' every time. They gon' be lost on the mind, lost on the vibe, lost in a place, lost in the face, lost in the race, and still we're running. God knows that we're running till we die. And I'm telling you, the Rastafarian fly with my hands them stretched out to the sky. Oh, so high, I'm gonna fly with my hands stretched out to the sky. And we gon' give them a blind. We gon' run this thing and give them something they've been waiting for. Just give them something. Something from down, 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 deep down, down, down inside, down, down, where they pushed it way down, on the ground down. Can't find a way out, but keep on fighting. You'll reach for the stars and grab each one. I say reach for your shining star. And if they tell you that you're a fool, you're a fool, you're a fool, you're a fool, I want you to look them square in the eye and tell them I was born to fly, 'cause I'm a man. Street anthems, epitaphs sprayed upon walls for the soldiers who have stood there in the war, stood tall, who never backed down from nothing, man, who gave it their all. Those are the cats I stand for, and those I speak for. In the middle of the battle, when the shells rang out, it was Ty on the block, so they all laid down low. One fofo spat and the next one hit the floor. This boy was all screaming, they ain't know what to do. This cat is only 16, trying to survive, learning about these streets, trying to stay alive. And I can understand now why we all survived, but I can still give a snapshot of all why. So we stood there in the cold, shaking and shivering, wondering what's gonna be the next stop, man. We living in the hell of city that the city don't ever stop, friend. It's rotten to the core and it's trying to prove us rotten too. But it's all good, we found a place to slide off to, place where we could chill, true. We spent hours just smoking out and being weed, getting fucked up off good Hennessy. VSOP, Cisco, yo, we was gone. In the summers hanging in 2-1 Park Arm. How many more times do we have to go through? The shots ringing out, the summertime blues. It seems to happen, the bumps and the bruise. As the temperature rises, so do the death toll, and so do the gun roll and the fun too. So I guess it's all just what the summertime do. It's a city lifetime I'm trying to explain to you. When you lose your friend at 16, what are you to do? And when that friend is lost by a 4-5 that put him halfway on his side, right next to your side, y'all just slid through a block in that ride. Just the other day, you sat by his side. Y'all were passing blunts back and forth. Nobody thought that this was the way that he would take up off of this earth, but shit, that's just the way it goes. When that fofo spit, it don't know who it's gonna hit. Whoa, it just goes straight into the blow. And then it exits out the back, and that's just how it go. So you sit there now holding on your friend, and you look him in the eyes, you see his own soul end. It's a crazy type of fucking thing to think that kids gotta go through and learn how to deal with these things, man. It's survivor's guilt. It runs through the hood, but nobody wants to talk about these flowers that don't grow, they simply wilt. Because they have been through so much darkness, how would you expect them to be, and how can they grow up to see that the cities that surround them are someplace they can one day work be, when all they seem to see is if I cook this rock, make this dope, then I'll survive be. So who are you to tell them that they're thuggish or fucking wrong? You ever been there, ever sang that song? Ever went to visit your father every birthday while he's locked up behind bars and he really ain't got nothing to say? Cause he ain't been out in the world since he was 16 himself. He's 42 now, so what is he gonna tell you about? Oh, what goes on the day-to-day in the yard, and try and break them things down to you on how life can get hard? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to break for you. I'm not trying to sing a song for them so they can keep doing what they do. But you gotta understand, when that 4-5 gets revealed and it starts to peel, there's sometimes some real ish that goes on in these streets that y'all don't see. It's not on CNN and it's damn sure not on NBC. So you gotta understand, sometimes you gotta look to we, the journalists of the hood. That's what we here for, B. CNN used to be something called by Nori and them. If you remember back in the 90s, they were the ones telling the stories, and then it seemed to got twisted up and lost again. We forgot that we're supposed to be reporting not for them. We're supposed to be reporting for the people who feel like they're the only one going through this thing they're going through. How many of us love when Big said, I got locked up below my building just trying to make money to feed my daughter? That's the kind of stuff that carried us across the borders. One. Next time that you catch me, dog, when I'm running, I ain't gonna stop. Oh, y'all ain't seen it, y'all don't know, y'all ain't know it. I understand why, cause you ain't never seen nobody come and do it like me. Every time I come through board sliding with the family, I don't know what they were telling you about me. I'm doing it way differently. They don't know, they don't see. They gon' find out when they run against me. Not like them, no son, I'm not like the rest of them. I'm on different shit, I'm on different level, different place that I'm running in. When I start going, I start ripping, I start spitting at them. That's when they like, oh shit, where the hell it came from? I'm doing me, and he is so hot. He don't never stop, he keeps on flying to the sky. Why? What you gonna do? What you gonna say? You gonna try to display me? Cause you don't know me, oh homie. Cause it's time that I show me. Slide through the air with this flow that don't never go away. Every time that I touch it, boy, they like where he came from. Hey, I'm just doing me, I'm just spitting me. I hoping you see it every time I keep on switching me. I can go from here, and I can go from here, and I can go to places where it ain't been, and I can touch the dog, and I can let it fly, and I can do it till the day that I die, cause I'm different. Not like that cat, I'm really different. Nuts, half the brain been gone, black like a lobotomy to my brain, and it got me, and I'm feeling so different. Like I'm flying, I'm gifted, and I know what I got and what I got they ain't gotten. If they would ever listen, boy, they would have realized